Right. Last session we discussed about how do we deal with array related functions. Right. So let's see how do we handle the other options. How do we work with the other options and deal with the other options, right? So actually, so working with arrays. So the methods, array related methods, what we discussed are all about array inserting into the array, reading from the array. We have learned about that, right? Now, generally, how we can interact with it. Some more functions are there. We will see about them. Some more functions, how we can deal with that, right? Right. So the previous functions, what we learned is about the basic functions are these, right? This is our previous example. I just told you adding, removing, and dealing with them, right? Next, important, we need to work with sorting and searching for elements inside the array. Let's see how to handle them. So the next important is about how we can search for any element in an array. Already we learned filter and find yesterday, right? So we can use searching for elements in array. So how you can search for elements in an array? So we can use the functions. Already we know the string functions. In the same way, we can use the functions. One is index of, and last index of, We can use the function called, we already learned about filter, and we can use the find and filter functions also. Already find and filter we learned. So index of, last index of also we know. So no need to explain, just like string here. That means it can search, search for any element, it can search for any element and get the index. If not found, returns -1, that we know. Last index of, it can search for element, as last occurrence, and they usually filter and find, already yesterday we discussed. It can search using a condition, so it can search using a condition, and return first occurrence. Find, what is the point is, it can search using condition and return all occurrences, that is the basic one. Now after understanding this, so we need to know how to handle the basic sorting of options, how we can sort the options. We need to understand about sort the options. Let's see how we can sort the option. So sorting is nothing but, the concept of sorting is nothing but, this no need to explain, already we learned, that's the reason no need to explain. Already in string functions and filter and sort, I told you, that's the reason no need to give any example also, you can just know how to do that. Syntax already we learned, that is array name dot index of, and the value, suppose I said Delhi, some looking for element value, it will return that index. So last occurrence means last index of, we can do that last index of actually, right? We can manage that. So index of and last index of, those are the options, right? Now important is how we can handle these options, usually, right? Generally, to handle this, that's when to handle in our example, we will see later. For example, here I will show you a small point here. Suppose I am searching here products document dot write, and here we are writing, so index of, that means products dot index of the element, suppose I say some shoe, it gets the index and return the index. That's what actually it can do. Right, that's what it can do. Now if I am writing something, so some watch, and you can refresh here, it says -1, it's not there. Based on that, we can write a lot of conditions, right? That example we can try later in different points, we can understand how to deal with that. Generally, that is one thing you need to understand, how we can use index of, and last index of means last occurrence, same like string. So that is a general thing, already we know, search for any elements in an array. Another option is we have to understand about sorting an array, right? Yeah. So filter and find already we learned. Yeah, filter is find is first occurrence, no? Find is first occurrence and filter is last, all occurrences. Okay. So these are the two important options. Already we discussed about it, right? Now we saw examples also. No need to give any example on that. Next important after understanding this, we need to know another, that is sorting array elements. Array elements. That means how do we sort array elements? How do we work with the array elements? Sorting of array elements, right? So generally, what is the concept of sorting array elements? How we can sort the array elements? So let's see sorting, how we can define that. Usually sorting of elements requires two important functions. So we have sort, another one we have reverse. Technically sort, it arranges elements in ascending order. And reverse is nothing but it arranges in reverse order. Reverse order means that is from bottom to top, not descending order. It will arrange in reverse order, so not bottom to top. That is what actually the reverse order, right? It will arrange in reverse order. So usually that is what actual the point is, right? So how we can manage that? Let's see. So we need some data. Sort will be in ascending order, but this is in the reverse order, right? So I will create a simple option, just a simple option to understand. Suppose here I am adding A, and here it is C, and it is D, and it is B, like this. And I want to print this. Generally, if I want to print and I am printing it, a .to string I will use to print. And you can see that it is printing in the same order how they are present actually, A, C, D, B. Now before printing, I'm using an option. So products.sort. And you can see it will arrange that and print A, B, C, D. That is what actually sort can do. And reverse is not like reverse order. Actually, if I use instead of sort reverse, I use reverse. And you can see reverse is not descending order. It is in the order of its arranging. That means the last item will come first. B, after that D, after that C, after that A. So that is the order, some bottom to top, means right to left. It is not descending. But you can manage the descending order. How you can manage the descending order is you can put first products.sort. Products.sort will display reverse order. After displaying the reverse order, so what we can do is, so that first it will display order. After the order, it will get reverse. Then it will display like descending order, D, C, B, A. Right? But directly reverse is not descending order. Usually reverse is not descending order. It is used to display from right to left. So it arranges the information and prints that information in order. So to arrange and print information in order, you can use sort and reverse functions. sort and reverse functions. Example, this one. So these are important later when we are working with complex data also, right? So this is actually the concept of working with the arrays, working with arrays. So we learned all important manipulation about array, how we can read, how do we can configure and work with array. Now we need to learn dynamically how to deal with array. In order to learn how to dynamically deal with array, some more points we need to discuss, we need to understand. Those I will show you how we can manage that. So first important is you have to learn how these arrays are added to our HTML, how we can dynamically control, so that we can put in proper examples. Let's see. So what you are going to learn now in JavaScript is adding elements dynamically into HTML. So how we can add elements dynamically into HTML? So we can do that using arrays. How we can do that? Let's see. First important, in order to add any element, so we have to create the elements and add the elements. That means better we can say as creating and adding elements dynamically into HTML. First I will show you this point, means how we can create and add elements dynamically into HTML. First point is JavaScript provides a library of predefined. JavaScript provides a library of predefined objects. So like image, like anchor, right, like form, so etc. JavaScript provides a library of predefined objects. So what you can do is you can use these objects. You can use these objects and create a new object. You can create a new element. You can use these objects and create a new element. You can create a new element. Like here we can do the syntax like this. That is var pic is equal to new image. That is how we can do that. That means what it will do is it will create an object called pic. It will get all its behavior from image object, which is a built-in object of JavaScript actually, which is a built-in object of JavaScript. So we have to create simple like var opt is equal to new option like this. It will create an option. That means we can dynamically create like this. Or there is another one is you can use the element name. You can use the element name and create dynamically. You can use element name and create dynamically. How we can create element dynamically? You can write like this: var table is equal to, we have a method called document.createElement. Create element table like this. Suppose I want to create an option, so I can use document dot create element, create element option. Like this we can create elements. Suppose I want to create a paragraph, I can do that. I want to create a table, you can use create element method. Or there are predefined objects, we can use those objects. It depends on requirement. You can dynamically create any element by using these two techniques. After creating, you can add the element. You can add the element into HTML page by using the function. You can use the function append child. Append child is a function. This part is very important for us to understand how to create new elements and how to add elements dynamically. This is very important part for us. So creating the elements and dynamically adding those elements, that is important. Let's see how we can manage that, how we can manage and how we can define that, So technically creating and adding the element. Let's see. First, how do we create a new element? See, I am just designing doc type HTML head. Script type is equal to text / JavaScript. And here, so I said body, and here I'm defining a simple button. So add picture. Okay. Now here I am adding a div. Inside the div, so this is a ordinary div, just an empty div, and I will put style is equal to margin top as some 20 pixel. And for this div I'm just defining an ID as here I'm giving an ID as container. Okay, we can give anything. Now our intention is nothing but when user clicks add picture, I want to create one picture dynamically. And that picture must be added into this div, into this container dynamically. That means many times we don't want an control until or unless that requirement is. That means if we have the requirement, then we have to handle it. Until or unless we need, right? Until or unless we need a specific control, we don't want it to add automatically. That is the reason. So when button is clicked, then we want to add a control. So let's see how we can manage that, how we can handle that, right? Let's see how we can manage that, right? So we need to write button click event. Right? So let's see the button click event. That means how do we define the button click event and configure the button click event. So write a function here. So that means on click is equal to add picture. Okay, it is a function. We will define the function here. So we will define the function. So here we define the function. Then, and we are configuring a function, and the function name is add picture. Okay, and this function needs to first create one picture. How do we create a picture? Var pic is equal to new image. That's how we can create a picture. After that, we need to define the properties of that picture. That means it is of image type. We need to define properties. Pic dot width is equal to, suppose, some 200. Okay. Pic dot height is equal to 200. Okay. Then here we are defining the pic dot src is equal to dot dot slash images slash some jbl speaker so dot jpg, like this. Now after defining src, so picture height, picture width, we can even define picture dot border. Border is equal to, we need to configure some 2, that is the border, or 1, that is the border. Now we need to add this picture into this container. That means we need to get the container, document dot get element by id, and id is container. Container is the div. Into that we need to add, then we have to use append child. That means that is the parent container. Into that we are adding the child. Append child. So what is the child element you want to add into it? Pic is the child element. That is how we can add. That means we are first creating a new element, its properties, and we are adding this into the div. On button click, this is happening. Let's press refresh and press F12 function key. You can see a debugger will come. In the debugger, so you can observe in the debugger, right? In the debugger, so we need to, in the debugger, I will open elements. So elements, and here in the elements, you can observe carefully, the div below is empty. The div below is empty. Now what we will do is, we will click on this add picture button, and you can see a photo is added dynamically. And you can see that inside the div, an image img is added. An image is added. So it is configured with that particular height and width, and image is added dynamically. Once observe here, when I refresh, we don't have any image into this, empty. And I click on add picture, and you can see an image is added, img, a picture is added with the height, width, and all the other options. That's good. That means we are adding the image. We are configuring this. That's important. So so that means similarly, we need to learn how to add elements dynamically, because we don't need until or unless the situation demands, actually. That's the reason, if you keep the elements will occupy the space in your page, and it is difficult for page to perform, then better always to do this, right? How we can manage. That is how we can add a element here. A simple example of this is, we can create a simple example. This is the example. So here we have a button, and we have a div. Into that we are adding. Now let's see how we can use our arrays and manage this type of approach. Actually, to understand that, we have to use one more example. Let's see. I will take an example as array demo, right? So, and HTML. Okay. Here in this, we are designing doc type, HTML, and head section, and script. And here we defined the body, and into the body section we are configuring, right? So generally, how you can manage this, how we can handle this, let's take a look. Suppose we are now creating one more option, that is here. So we are using a select. We are using a select. Select is having an ID. ID is LST products. Okay. Now this LST products is empty. It is not having anything. I will just keep a heading. So as select products, and you can see it is empty. So that means I will run this. So we can see that is empty. That means there are no items inside it. It is empty, so it is not having anything inside it. Just for more better understanding sake, I will put a link. Relation is equal to style sheet, and href is equal to, and node modules bootstrap dist css bootstrap.cs. Okay, and I will use this class as container fluid. Fine, and I will give a control here, class as form control. So just for better look appearance, you can see there is. Now it doesn't contain any items inside it. We want items to add inside it. We want to add items inside it. Remember, this kind of situation regularly comes because suppose you selected a category related products will come. You selected a product related details will come. That means I don't want some items by default. I want items as per the selection. Such example I will show you later, because first we are not doing that. We are just understanding how to add items. Okay, let's see. Here, first we have some function. The function is body load. Body load is the function. Body load is the function. Right. Body load is the function. And important is the body load function. So we will call on body load. That means we are writing on load is equal to body load. We are calling on body load. Okay. Now here on load, what should happen is I need to add some items into this. Items into this. So first we need some collection of items. We will create an array where products is equal to array. Into that some Samsung TV. So like some mobile, some Nike casuals like this. Nike casuals like this. So I'm giving some products. And by default, first zero index I can give as select a product. Select a product. Okay. Now I want these elements to add into this ID LST products. First, we need to collect this LST products. So where LST products is equal to document get element by ID LST products. So this is referring to a drop down. It is referring to a drop down. Okay. Now what should I do is we need to add these products into it. Now the question is how to read all the products from here. We can read all the products from here by using one by one by using a for iterator. Yesterday I told you for where item of collection is products. That means now every element is present in this item. We need to add that item into this LST products. But remember, LST products is a select element. Into select element, if you want to add anything, then you have to add as an option. You know that select element contains options. So that means every item should be added into this LST products as an option. So first what you have to do is you have to create an option. How to create an option? Where OPT is equal to document dot create element, and the element is option. So we created option element. Okay. And for that option element, we need to put two properties. OPT, option contains text, value, selected, disabled. I told you 4 properties for option. OPT dot value is equal to, so OPT dot value is equal to that item. Okay. Next, OPT dot text is equal to item. Item is nothing but that element. That means you collect that element, use as value. Collect the element, use as text. What is difference between value and text? I told you when we learned HTML. Value is to submit and the text is to display. Sometimes what you need to understand that. Currently it is same. Okay, now this option is ready. We have to add that option into LST products. Then what we have to do? LST products dot append child. Which one to append into it? OPT we have to append. That's how we do. That means up to the end of all the products, it will read every product. Means it will read every item inside this array. And it will create an option for every item and add that into the LST products, which is a drop down. I will save this now. And I will refresh here. You can see all the items are available here. You can see added. Important is the items are added dynamically. Remember, we don't have any standard list here. Then what is our advantage is according to the user selection, into the same drop down, we can display different list. Suppose user selected electronics, we can show electronic products. User selected shoes, we can show shoe products, like that. Such example we will see later. That is not the main point here. The main point is how to add elements dynamically into HTML. If there is a collection, This is how we have to add. These type of options are very important for us to design complex examples. We will design complex examples, but you need to understand how to handle them correctly. So first we collected the drop down, and we have a array. We are reading every item from the drop array by using item of products. And important is we are managing this by creating a new option dynamically by using create element. We are configuring the properties and we are adding into it. That's how we manage. That's how we manage. Let's see another example. Because two examples, once you practice, then you will get more clarity, right? This is adding items into drop down list. This is example. How to change according to our selection, that we will see later, not now. First we are learning the point. Let's see one more example. Suppose I want to add these products. So I have some array. Okay, I will remove this. Okay, here I will remove the drop down. Okay, here I will keep a heading products. I will create an ordered list. And I want to add items into this ordered list. So items into this ordered list. Currently, ordered list have an ID as LST products. Okay. Into this ordered list, we need to add either items. Currently, it is empty. Then how you can add anything into this ordered list? So first, we are creating where products is equal to, we are creating Samsung TV, so Nike casuals, okay, so HP laptop, okay, all such things we are defining, some fossil watch, okay, these properties we have configured. These are the collection. I want to add them as an ordered list. Then you know that ordered list usually contains collection of items. Ordered list contains collection of items, and items are li list item. So here we have to perform an iterator for where item of products. Okay, now we need to add this into the ordered list. Collect the ordered list also, where lst products is equal to document get element by id lst products. This is referring to ordered list. Okay, we are reading every item from the products, and we need to add into this lst products. But lst products is an ordered list. We need to add as li. What we need to add as li. So what we have to do now is where li is equal to document dot create element. Create a li element. Okay, this li dot text, or the li dot li is not having text and value like properties. Actually, li is a list item, and in list item, if you want to show anything, generally we don't submit anything through li, only display. Then we can use inner HTML. In inner HTML, we are displaying that item. Suppose you are using paragraph, you are using div or span. Inside them, we don't have any value or text like properties. We have to do that by using inner HTML or inner text only. Okay, even for data list and all. Item. Okay, now add this li into lst products. So lst products dot append child. append child, and we add that li. That's it. Now you can see that when I refresh, it has to get that and display here. What is advantage here is later when you are adding items, you can add items dynamically. You can remove items dynamically. How you can add items dynamically? See how we can add items dynamically. In the design, now what I am doing is I am creating a simple div. In the design, I am creating a div class as form group. In I kept a label as a new product and a text box. Input type is equal to text. Next, here class as a form control. Okay. Now ID as txt name. Okay. And after that, I am defining a button as add product. And here we use a class as btn and btn primary. And refresh, you can see there is a design like this. So I will just use, so here the option as new product, we so form inline. So not here, better to keep in that. Yeah, this is inline. And we have style, so margin top as 20 pixel. Okay, that's fine here. Now here we are entering a new product and click on add. That must be added into this array. That means we need to add something into that array. Actually, how we can do that, how we can manage that, how we can deal with this. Let's see. So when you type a new product and click add product, collect this. Okay. So that means on add product button, click, we will write a function on click. On click is equal to add click. Okay. What add click function have to do after this body load? So you use the function. So function add click. And important, now if you want this products to be accessed outside, then keep it global. Already we learned global. That means we will keep outside. We will keep it outside. We'll keep it outside. We will keep it outside. We'll keep this outside. Because if I keep inside body load, it is function scope. It is not accessible outside. Global. Okay. Now what should happen when add click button happened is I have to collect a new product, new name. So that will come from document.get element by ID txt name dot value. That means text box value. Okay. Now this new name should be pushed into array. How we can add elements into array? Already we learned products dot push. By using push, what you need to push into it? New name should be pushed into it. Okay. After that, put an alert saying that, put an alert here saying that record inserted. So record inserted. That is done. That means you can simply say that product inserted. Product inserted. Just message. Product inserted. Okay, product added something. Okay. Now I will save this and refresh here. I will refresh here. Already 4 products are present here. I will type here some new, another one. I'm adding here. Suppose Lee Cooper boot. Okay. And click on add product. Then alert comes product added. And okay, that product should be added into it. Now here, it's not finished. Why? Because that product needs to be pushed into it. After pushing into it, we need to get the fresh list and display again. We need to get the fresh list and display again. That means this iterating and adding should happen again. This iteration should happen again. That means this functionality should happen again. Then only we can see the new details. That means actually, suppose I'm calling here body load function again. That means inside that. That means we entered some new Lee Cooper boot and click on add. So okay, that is added. Then you can see it is adding that new one. But remember, it is adding all items again. But new one is also added. Actually, the point is very simple. When you are adding this new item, if already any existing item is present, you clean them all and add the new one. Actually, how to clean them? That is, I need to clean this LST products. Several points are there. I will step by step, one by one, I will tell you, because here it's working fine. Only the point here is the new item is added, but it is added one more time to the existing. The new item is Lee Cooper boot. That is the new item add. So before adding, clean up if anything is there. That means here what you can do is document dot get element by ID. So that is LST products dot inner HTML is equal to empty. We are doing that empty, right? And we are collecting the value and adding the value. See here, initially this is there. I am adding some new one. Suppose I am adding some sunglasses, and I click on add product and product added. Okay, then you can see that is only added here. That means we are cleaning up and adding the new one. That means dynamically. After adding, you can do one thing. You can make the text box empty also. How we can make the text box empty? So just document get element by ID txt name dot value is equal to empty. The value is empty. You can make it empty. We can make it empty. That's how we can manage that. So now let's save this, and once you refresh here, and I am adding a new one, suppose sunglasses, and click on add. So product added. Okay, then you can see it is removed and it is added here. So a lot of techniques are there we need to implement dynamically, how you are adding, removing, so many things we will see. Mostly with arrays, we need to observe all this concept and handle this. While working with arrays, this is very much important, right? So this is important. So the point is, I will show you such examples, some more very complex, but this is the basic level to understand how to do. That means here we have learned one more additional thing is how to add the items also dynamically. How to display the items, how to add the items dynamically. These type of examples we will see so many, right? One by one we will discuss about that, right? So this example also I will post, so you can try that. Based on this, we will design a good, proper, complete example so that we will get an end-to-end experience for that, adding, removing and all. That we will see in tomorrow's session. So tomorrow we will design and we will learn one more type, that is object. After understanding that object type, we will use and design one proper example now, right? That we will see in tomorrow's session. Okay, thank you.